All right, welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Happy New Year. We are here, Season 2, Episode 1 of the Ageplay Confidential podcast. This is a show where we talk about anything and everything Ageplay related. And me, I am your host, Super B. Superb. And a Happy New Year to everybody. Thank you for joining me today on the 19th of January, 2023. I'm sitting in my bedroom, having myself a small cup of Dunkin' Donuts coffee. And I wanted to sit down and record an episode because it has been a while. It's been a few months. I took a little break. I needed to clear my head, and I needed to weather the storm of some negative publicity that was thrown my way. And I'm going to talk about that today. I'm sure a lot of you guys are tuning in because, Super Baby's got a new podcast, and he hasn't said shit since the last one. And what does he have to say? Now, it's all old news at this point. It's happened a while ago. And I wanted to make this episode mid-November, right? Weeks into the drama. And I sat down, and it was like I had writer's block. Like I couldn't sit there and record an episode. Maybe I should, but I don't plan any of this out. I fly by the seat of my pants, and I wing a lot of these episodes. Maybe if I had a little outline, it might help me. But again, all this is off the top of my head. I'm too lazy to prepare. Hence why this is more true to who I am and how I think. And sometimes that rubs people the wrong way, right? Because of the way I say it, the way my personality is, or my cadence of how I say words, how it comes out of my mouth, and the volume of my voice. And because it's so deep and masculine, it comes off as, I don't know what it comes off as. But sometimes I break it down, and we let it get smooth and soft. That's when I bring out the daddy voice. We're not talking about that right now. That'll be saved for my ASMR videos, which I have been neglecting. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about here. So basically, I'm not going to try to say this person's name a lot on this podcast. I will say it right now, Riley. I'm going to discuss the things that have been said about me by her, and I'm going to address them here and give you. It's not my side of the story. I'm just going to point out the hypocrisy of this person, and how people still choose to give her any attention, really, at the end of the day. And so what happened was she, in October, put out a video about a friend of mine, Goddess Cat, Mommy Cat Marie. And it wasn't a positive video, that's for sure. About 15 minutes in length. A lot of work went into it. And basically it was 100% negative. Not one positive thing was said about her. Right? She's all evil, apparently. There's nothing good about her. And that's how this video made her seem, like a predator and things of that nature. And this is all from information from what people have said over the past, whatever. But you think about this, guys. If you're sitting there and all of a sudden somebody notifies you, hey, why don't you click on this link? Someone's talking shit about you on YouTube. you're going to be like, what? And then you click on it, and it's a 15-minute video tearing you down. How would you, as a human being, feel about that? Right? A lot of you would be upset about it. A lot of you would be questioning, like, what's going on here? Like, why? What? Like it's not easy to be the center of attacks. And so my friend was, and I know she was hurting, and that kind of bothered me. And so I decided to watch this video, and I decided to do a first time watching reaction video to it, reaction podcast. And so I played it, and I saw it cold, fresh, whatever you want to call it. And I made my comments on it. And, the more I saw the video, the more passionate I got about how angry I was. And you hear my voice. This is usually the way I speak. But then when I get passionate, I get loud and blah, 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 right? And I throw a lot of F curses. Fucking this, fuck that, fucking. It's more of an expression and an emphasis. I hate this fucking coffee. So I start watching the video, and I'm giving my opinion of it, trashing it, whatever, and that was it. And I posted my podcast online on YouTube, and boy, that's when shit hit the fan, ladies and gentlemen. That's when shit hit the fan, and now all attention was diverted to me. I woke the Kraken. And so basically what happened was, first it was demanded of me to take it down by her. The only correspondence we've had between the two of us was her message to me on Twitter on October 31st. Take that post down. You have been silent. Take it down now. You hear that? I've been silent. I have been silent. This is the very first time I'm commenting on it to the public. And that was a big conflict within me. Do I get online right now and defend myself? Or do I stay silent and let the chips fall where they may? Why didn't I engage with her at the time? Because it would have been a useless battle. It would have been a waste of my time, because nothing would have been accomplished. Absolutely nothing. There is nothing I can say. It doesn't matter how logical it is. It doesn't matter how well put together it is. It doesn't matter if it's Pulitzer Prize winning caliber writing. Nothing I would have said would have changed her mind at all about me. That was it. Her goal was to destroy. Destroy. How? I'm the one who's the threatening guy. I'm the one who was threatening her. Yes. In order for her to tear me down, she had to make up some things about what I said in the podcast to now make herself the victim, and so that she can run with that narrative and paint me as the bully, the predator, the guy who threatens people. Okay? Now, she's grasping at straws, that's for sure. But I'm going to play you the clip here. I'm going to play you the clip because it was taken out of context. What my words were edited so that it would sound like I was threatening her, right? And right before this quote unquote threat, she was talking in her video about kindness, and she made a comment how some people can be kind to one and not kind to others, and that's when I made my comment. So why don't we take a quick listen here, guys, real quick, so that we can hear. I'm going to go a little bit further ahead by a few seconds just to kind of... All right, here we go. Oh, hold on a second. Let me make sure. Correct.
Hey, cat fans, pay attention to this one. Just because someone is kind to you doesn't mean they are kind to everyone.
Of course not.
One person.
Of course not. Of course not. I'm not going to be kind to you, Riley, if I see you. Okay. Let me stop it right there. That right there is what she posted. I'm not going to be kind to you, Riley, when I see you. Now, she took it as a threat. That was totally far from what the true intention of it was, which is, I'm not going to be kind to you, Riley. And being kind does not mean I'm going to kick your ass. Not being kind to you is me. I'm not even going to look your way. To me, you don't exist, right? If I saw you in the hallway, I'd look the other way. I'm not going to be cordial to you. I'm not going to tip my cap when I see you walk by. I'm not going to congratulate you on anything. I'm not going to be kind to you. Okay, you don't deserve my kindness. That is reserved for people who deserve it, for people who are caring, for people who are not toxic, right? For friends. They deserve my kindness, and strangers and people that I don't like are not going to get my kindness. They might get a glance in their direction, but that's what that meant. That's what that meant. But you wanted to take it, and you wanted to take it to mean, oh my God, he just threatened me. Did you hear that, guys? He threatened me. So she wrote this in a comment. He threatened me. He says, I'm not going to be kind to you when I see you. I feel threatened. I feel threatened for my safety. Let me play you the rest of the clip, though. Okay. Let me back it up a little bit more.
Would speak up.
No chilling effect.
Okay. Hey, cat fans, pay attention to this one. Just because someone is kind to you doesn't mean they are kind to everyone.
Of course not.
One person.
Of course not. Of course not. I'm not going to be kind to you, Riley, if I see you. I'll be very respectful, and I just won't say anything. There you go. And a little giggle right there at the end. I'm not going to be kind to you when I see you, Riley, but I will be respectful. I didn't even so much as take a breath before I said, but I will be respectful. And I just won't say anything. Basically, what that means is, Riley, I'm going to be respectful to you. I'm not going to say anything to you. I'm just going to leave you alone. Right? That's me being respectful. That means that I'm not going to sit there and cause a stink if I saw you. I'm not going to sit there and harass you if I saw you. That just means I'm going to let you do you. You let me do me over here, and I'm going to let you do you over there. We can live in the same world and not have contact with you. That's what I meant. Okay? How can I respectfully threaten you? That doesn't make any sense. He threatened me. Respectfully. Oh, hello, sir. Or madam. I respectfully hate you. Come on now. Come on. And that's why that whole accusation was totally ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And here's another thing about my character in that aspect. I have been in this community for 20 plus years, in the online community of ABDL, 20 plus years. That's older than a lot of you guys are alive. Okay, think about that. I've been through it all. That means I've met a lot of people over the years. I've been to conventions. I've been to convention with Riley there. I've seen her there. I didn't say anything to her. I had nothing to do. There was no interest in knowing anything about her. There she was, but I knew who she was, right? Great. So I've met plenty of people. I've played with plenty of people, both in a group setting, one-on-one. I've babied several women, and I've been babied by several caregivers. You can ask every single one of them how I am as a person. Not one of them are ever going to tell you that they ever felt unsafe in my company. Not one of them. Because I have been raised right. And I know that if I'm going to meet, first of all, it's very rare to meet somebody in the community. And when you do, why would I want to give this person a bad impression of me and other people in a community? I try to be respectful, right? Accommodating. kind, after all, if I'm in the caregiver mood, how am I supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Like there's, so every one of my interactions have been positive. Every one of them. Not one person is going to tell you that I'm threatening, or the only person that's going to say that is you. You and the handful of people who follow you who just don't want to see the truth. And they're just going to go with what you think. So I'll stand by that. Right? I'm a good person. You want me as a friend in this community. Okay? But, hey, it is what it is. You know what? Now that I think about it, as a matter of fact, see, I've been to every convention, every TeddyCon that I've been to. I went solo, except for 1 year. 1 year I had a roommate. And I think she's friends. With her. And I think they know each other. And basically, what I'm saying is, just ask her. Ask her, your friend, I think, how I am as a person. We were roommates for TeddyCon. We shared a room together. Ask her how I treated her. And anybody that was in her. Because we didn't just hang out together the whole time. Like, she did her thing with her friends. I did my thing with my friends. And sometimes we got together and just hung out a little bit. But for the most part, I'll let you talk to her. Because, again, I'm not hiding from anything. I don't make anything up. I don't do that shit. Okay, this is me. This is real me. This is the real me. I want to make friends in the community, not enemies. Okay, so anybody that I encounter who deserves my niceness is gonna get nice Super B. And mean Super B means you're just not gonna talk to me. I'm gonna put you on the pay no mind list. Right? So at the end of the day, the whole idea of me threatening her is totally absurd. I would never do that. Why would I do that and risk giving myself a bad name? I don't want to do that. I don't. You might not like how I speak or my opinion on certain things, but that's just my opinion. I have a right, just like you do. She has every right to say what the hell she wants. She could do that video 10 times over about Mommy Cat Marie. She did make one about me in the aftermath. And no one's telling her to take it down. I never once told her to take it down. Like she has every right to post it. And it's like I have every right to do what I'm doing here. So I hope that clears that up, really. Because I think that was a little unfair of her to pull that kind of dirty trick. So here's what that did, right? Now these comments keep coming out now, like, hey, watch out for this guy. He's a predator. He said he threatened me. And he's a predator, so watch out. That's what she started saying. So here's the thing that really opened my eyes to the level of toxicity that I was dealing with here. She was looking for content that I posted on FetLife. She looked for pictures, and she looked for any comments that was praising me or giving me a compliment. And then she replied to that person saying, hey, watch out for this guy. He's a predator. He called me this. He did this, blah, blah, blah. So she was making an attempt to get people against me. That right there, that's harassing me, and it's harassing my friends and the people who comment and support me. So she did that on 3 or 4 of my FetLife pictures. She found somebody that called one of my pictures adorable and replied to that person and said, hey, watch out, this guy's a predator. It's funny because the person that commented on that, I actually had a session with her, and she knows me, and you can even ask her. So again, you're barking up the wrong tree, because the people who you were telling that I was a predator and watch out, I've already probably met them and hung out with them, and they know the deal. So that was funny. But what wasn't funny and what was disturbing is the fact that now my friends were being harassed. right? Because now anybody that was associated with me and was defending me was also now somebody who supports a predator, and then that you should watch out for them. Do you see the negative? Do you see how they're trying to just destroy? It's almost like we need to destroy everybody's credibility, or you got to make them look. That was the tactic. I don't know. I think 5 or 6 of my friends messaged me saying, hey, I just got an email from this person saying this. And it was almost like a cut and paste for every one of them. There's screenshots of this. It's documented. So, one thing is I'm not going to make anything up. I'm not going to make anything up. Right? This is all true. It's still there. If you go to my FetLife, you could probably find those pictures if she's not quick enough to delete them. I don't delete anything. They're there. All the negative, whatever's been edited or deleted was not done by me. It was done by her. You know how you can re-edit your comments and stuff on FetLife and stuff like that. So you might go and see some chat threads a little out of sync because some of the comments were deleted or anything like that. But that was disturbing right there. And that kind of scared me because I'm like, wow, if she can just do this easily and just harass people, what else can she do? What else is she capable of? And I was not, I really was a little scared. I was, because a lot of my friends were getting shit, and then they come to me and they're like, look, I got this. Now people are posting stories about me because I hung out with you. And I'm like, that upset me because now I'm at a jeopardy of losing friends because they know me, because this person is now telling everybody what a horrible person I am. And anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what is that tactic? I think that's very unfair. I've never done that. I haven't done that with her. And you would think that with this nasty campaign to try to really paint me in a negative light, I still didn't. I never told anybody to attack her. I never told anybody to tell people not to follow her. I don't. That's not my tactic. Everybody's free to do whatever they want. You want to listen to me and you want to cheer me on? Great, I appreciate you. You want to listen to her and cheer her on? Great, go ahead, do it. I don't care. I even said that in my podcast, the one that I threatened her. 2 minutes before that supposed threat that we already just disproved, I basically told her, I don't want to bother each other. I wished her well, and I said, go do what you got to do, and I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Here, let's just take a listen real quick. The only thing I'm commenting on is this video. After that, I'm not going to look into anything. O'Reilly, God bless. I hope she has a successful career doing these expose videos. I mean, I don't know what the end game is. I'm going to do my stupid podcast, and if people want to listen, they can listen. But what you're hearing with me is just, this is real. There's no fucking, I'm not sugarcoating any of this shit. This is just the truth. You should be allowed to have your own opinion and not fucking jump on somebody because you don't agree with it. You should be like, all right, that's how you feel. No big deal. This is how she feels. Look, bravo, but I'm defending my friend. Okay. So basically, go do what you got to do. I wished her well. Why would I want to? Well, how is that threatening? I wished her well. And I think another time in this podcast, I said, look, I just don't want to interact. That's it. Okay? I can't hurt you or harm you if I want nothing to do with you. So your whole threats, Super B is a threatening person is garbage. I think everybody knows that. And those of you who want to believe it, whatever you want. I can't change your mind. You hate me. It is what it is. But there you go. Now, she said something else that I accused her of, where I called her something. And she quoted me as saying it. He called me a blank. I'm not going to say the word because I didn't say it in my podcast last time, and I'm not going to say it right now. Now, I know what she did here. She quoted me as saying something, and those words that she quoted me as saying never left my lips. I didn't say anything of that nature at all to her, right? Only she thought of that. Only she. And then she brought it out and told everybody. And then it was like, oh my God, what did Super be? Now he's accusing her of being this. All because of a throwaway line I said about choir boys. Somewhere in her video, she had mentioned choir boys, and I made a stupid little joke that said, oh, choir boys, we don't get what, something to the effect of like, we don't want that shit around here. Get that out of here. We don't like what, I don't want to see what you're into. Something to that effect, right? Stupid comment. And it wasn't something that was dwelled on. It was like a throwaway line where I was on to the next idea immediately. So there was like nothing to that comment, but she took it and was like, oh, you see this? He called me this. He didn't say it word for word, but that's what he called me. And it was about choir boys, some comment about choir boys. And when I thought about it, I was like, choir boy fetish. Did you ever Google that? Google choir boy fetish. Go to Pornhub, choir boy fetish. There's a big look what we're into. We're adult babies, right? There's people out there that are into some weird shit, and some people are into this, I don't know, clergyman sexual escapades. It's there. It's out there. Okay? That's what I was referring to. Like, it's not my cup of tea. Get that shit out of here. Whatever. But, hey, look. You wanted to take it as that because why? Because then it'll make me look bad again. And so that gives you more fuel to say, hey, we really should cancel Super B because of what he said, which was completely not true. Completely not true. And so she said all these nasty things. She harassed my friends. She went into other people's DMs. She actively seeked out content that I posted and made shitty comments on it. All her nasty comments have been screenshotted and saved. All of them. Like all of them. And they're out there. Well, they're not out there. They're not posted. But they're there. Should anything come up against me. But I wanted to, I guess, talk about where the hypocrisy is, okay? Because she is very adamant about trying to eradicate toxic behavior in the community, bullies, predators. That's her thing. She wants to make the community a better place. Only her actions showed the community that she is the one who is creating the toxic behaviors and going with it. Like harassment. That is what she was doing when she was actively, privately DMing and emailing my friends of Mommy Cat Marie, in an effort to wake them up and have them see the light as to why we are nasty people and that we should not associate ourselves. Do you see that? That's harassment. That's harassment because these people, they know us personally. They're friends with me, friends with her, and they know my character. And for you to just come into the DMs, it's an insult to them too. You're insulting their character. Because come on now. And no one ever came to you and said, hey, or came to any of your followers and say, hey, you should stop following. No one does that. Well, some people do. And basically what you showed us was how toxic you could really be. If you really want to fight the fight, then you would have done better. Your favorite, way to end your your comments as do better, as if you're scolding us. And we're not the ones that should be doing. We're doing great. We're doing just fine. You need to do better. You want to eradicate toxic behavior from the community? Show us. Do better. Don't harass people and try to cancel them. Right? Don't attack their livelihoods. These people need to eat, and sometimes you've jeopardized some people's businesses because you hated the fact that they did not want to be on your side. That's a shame. That's a shame. That's toxic. No, and again, nobody's doing that to you. Nobody's doing that to you. Nobody. Nobody cares. Nobody cares at the end of the day. And I just think that what you've shown was exactly what we should be avoiding. You know? And I don't know why you just can't be cool. Just why make problems? You know, why come out with negative videos instead of just saying, you know, hey, you know, let's learn how to spot something, you know, like see, here's the thing. And here's why I believe the video about my friend was bullshit, because everything that was said about me was bullshit. And I know firsthand, right? So it was completely made up about me. Why wouldn't it be made up about her? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's just like the boy who cried wolf. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. That's my opinion. Right? That's my opinion. Now, the harassment of my friends is what bothered me the most, because one of my friends, we had hung out. We had a great time. We made content. The content was fucking hot. Posted it on my Instagram, on my Twitter and stuff like that. People seem to like it. And then all of a sudden, she gets sent a picture of a screenshot of somebody saying, hey, by the way, this person who hung out with Super Baby is supporting a predator. And she's probably bad news too, and you should stay away from her. Now, my friend that she was talking about was a survivor of domestic abuse. Okay, so she knows a predator when she sees one. That really did not make her feel too good. Okay, that fucked with her. That fucked with her head. And so the actions that you did, the bad, negative, toxic stuff, that it affected her mentally. And she had to lay low for a while. And you just don't think, when you're saying these nasty things, when you're making these videos, you're thinking about your own gain, whatever you're going to gain from this. I don't know, popularity. It seems like you desperately are looking to be Miss Popularity here. And what you're doing is showing everybody how not to be and to stay away from, you know, because you didn't think about Kat's mental health. You didn't think about my mental health, or the people that you harassed and emailed and DM'd about me. You didn't think about their mental health either, how your actions would affect them. That's not good. That's not good at all. You got to be mindful of what people, how people are. You know, my podcast is supposed to be fun and stuff, and the only couple of podcasts that are questionable might be the last two: the interview with Mommy Cat Marie and my rebuttal video, because that was just my opinion that is not going to be shared with a lot of you guys. But it is what it is. I have every right to do it. Everybody, if you want to rebut this, I'm not going to stop you. I never did, and I never will. You know. But I'm going to defend myself. I'm going to defend my friends. and I'm going to point out the hypocrisy. And I want to stay away from you. I don't want to have anything to do with you. You've shown me that you're somebody that I don't care to know, to want to know. I don't want to hear anything from you. You can go ahead and do whatever you want. You can write another video about me. I don't care. You know, if it's something really, really bad, I'm going to defend myself. But at the end of the day, we all know it's going to be fake because you don't know who I am. You only know what you know, and that's whatever. But again, I know people that you know who know me. I'm an okay guy. I'm a pretty cool guy, you know? And so I think you're barking up the wrong tree here. Now, I'll never hurt a hair on your chinny chin chin, okay? I would never do that. That's not me. I am not a violent person. Just because I like to work out and do martial arts does not make me a violent person. Violent people actively seek out ways to hurt and destroy people. Who fits that description right here? Not me. Not me. So I've learned a lot about toxic behavior. We basically had a crash course. Toxicity 101, what not to do. I didn't engage in a Twitter war because it would have been useless. I would have been arguing with people who did not want to have a civil debate. We dealt with people who just made up bullshit. But it is what it is. And here we are. So hopefully it is all behind me now. I don't know if this podcast will bring more negative light on me. But I said what I said. And for those of you who have supported me, I thank you very much. I really do. I appreciate it. For those of you who are can see through the bullshit and the lies, good for you. Good for you. Now, of course, you're going to have her friends and whatnot. You know what? Even I think some of her close friends kind of sees how ridiculous she's acting. ridiculous. How toxic. I say stay away. And hopefully she gets help. She should get help. She did apologize, actually, now that I think about this. I'm not going to get too much into the apology because I can't find it right now and I forget exactly what it was. But I don't buy it one bit. I don't buy the apology. That's my opinion. I don't buy it. I think it's bullshit. It's not genuine. It's not genuine at all. Because she knows. She knows. That apology basically is saying, all right. Maybe I got a little overboard. Maybe I went a little overboard. Oopsies. I'm sorry. If I did this, then I'm sorry. That's kind of how it came across. What did I? If I did do this, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's how it came across. Apology not accepted. Well, again, I don't care. So, Riley, my last words to you are: good luck. Good luck in this community. Listen. One other thing about this. In a rebuttal video that she made weeks after about me, right? She kind of ended it with saying like she doesn't go to conventions because she's afraid people like me will spike her drink and drug her. So on top of the fake predator and fake name calling that she says I did, she also now is saying that I am capable. I am the person who would spike her drink with a drug, and then I don't know what. Well, what am I going to do? What would be gained by doing that? That's horrible. You think I'm that type of person? You think that's what are you saying to me? What are you saying? Why am I that type of person? Why are you calling me out on something that is completely absurd and completely made up? That's just, you see what I'm saying? Like, just nasty, negative bullshit. You know, I don't know who you hang out with, but, you know, where I grew up, we don't drug people, okay? We look out for people. So your mentality, you need to change that. You really do. Shame on you. Shame on you for how you acted over the last 2 months. It's appalling. I'm ashamed to be part of this community with people like that, because you give us a bad name. Cringeworthy. That's my strange addiction. You want to talk cringeworthy? I could do a commentary video on that. But that's neither here nor there. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you sticking around and listening to my first episode of the season. And I really hope that if you're ever part of any sort of negative cancel campaign against you, be strong. Be strong. And if I'm going to give a little bit of advice, it's don't engage. Don't engage with them, because that's how you go crazy. If I had went on Twitter immediately and started defending myself and just going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, I would have went crazy. Anybody would go crazy. You have to just shut it off and walk away. And you know what that did? That really pissed them off, because they wanted to get me on something. Right? Better to be silent and look like a fool than to say something and remove all doubt. And boy, did she say a lot of foolish things. And I think she knows it, because a lot of the comments that she had written were edited and or deleted. No, I didn't want to get into it then. I'm getting into it now, because now I can say it calmly without getting all hot-headed. Because trust me, if I did this podcast mid-November, probably would have been an incoherent mess. But now everything's all said and done. At the end of the day, even with the negative commentary that was said about me, nothing's changed. Did I lose people? I guess. I don't know. I don't keep track of my follower accounts on Twitter or Instagram. I lose people every day. I gain and I lose. That's just the way it is. And I don't know if I lost people or not. And if I did, I don't want them following me anyway. Plain and simple. So, Riley, please get some help. Get better. Do better. Don't do this toxic stuff. Enough. Just the contacting people on the sneak tip and trying to badmouth. It's just don't do that anymore. Just don't do that anymore. That's not good. That's toxic. Anybody who and here's the thing. Nobody wants to say shit. Nobody wants to say shit when it happens. People listen, you call us out for fake stuff, but when you see it happening right before your eyes, you stay silent. That is messed up. You know why you stay silent? Because if you say anything, they're going to fucking jump down your throat, and then you're going to be persona non grata. Maybe you're smart for not saying anything. But man, if we don't stand up to these bullies, this shit is going to continue. Okay? People, you gotta open your eyes and see what you see, and not go with falsehoods. Yeah. So, this was a very happy episode of Ageplay Confidential. thank you for joining me. I hope this cleared up a lot of things. I'm going to do my thing here on this podcast. I'll put out some good shows, some good ASMR content, and we're going to get back to the positive and even some controversial topics here for the Ageplay community. Anyway, have yourselves a very nice day. And again, Happy New Year. Welcome back, and I'll talk to you